In the days of King Josiah, the word of Yahweh came to a youth in Anathoth. Jeremiah was his name. Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you as my own. A prophet to the nations, from the footstool to the throne. Our sovereign Lord, he cried, I do not know how to speak, for I am only a child and my youthful voice is weak. But the Lord reached out his hand and touched the prophet's lip. I put my words within you, a steady, holy grip. I set you over kingdoms to uproot and to pull down, to destroy and to overthrow the glory of the crown, but also to build up and to plant the seeds of grace. As Jeremiah stood before his people face to face. My people have committed two evils in my sight. They've forsaken me, the fountain of living waters of light, and they've dug out their own cisterns, rocks that cannot hold, trading in the spirit for the silver and the gold. Go and stand within the gates, the Lord began to say. Ask for the ancient paths, the good and holy way. But the people only sneered and walked in their own pride, leaving the great covenant and turning from their guide. Run through the streets of Jerusalem and see if you can find a single man who's just and has a truth-seeking mind. From the least unto the greatest, they are greedy for the gain, saying peace, peace, when there is only fire and rain. Amend your ways and doings, he shouted at the door. Do not trust in lying words upon the temple floor. Steal and will you murder? Then stand before my face and say that you are safe within this holy, hollow place. He saw the potter working with the clay upon the wheel, and the vessel was all marred beneath the artisan's own zeal. So the potter remade it as it seemed best to his hand. So are you in my hand, O house of Israel in the land. He took a clay jar and he smashed it on the ground in the valley of Ben Hinnom, while the elders stood around. Even so I'll break this city and this people, said the Lord, because they've burned their children to the idols they adore. If I say I won't mention him or speak his name again, his word is like a fire shut within my bones and skin. I am weary of holding it in, I cannot keep it back. As he felt the heavy burden of the shadows and the black, the king of Babylon arrived, the hammer of the earth, to bring the day of reckoning to the city of his birth. Whoever stays within these walls shall perish by the sword, but he who surrenders shall live, says the Lord. Build houses and plant gardens, he wrote to those away who were carried off to Babel in a dark and weary I will put my law within them, I will write it on their heart. I will be their God, and they will never more depart. The walls were finally broken, and the temple was burned red. The king was taken captive, and the streets were filled with dead. But the Lord spared the prophet in the middle of the strife, and gave him as a prize of war his very soul and life. He stayed among the remnant in the ashes and the grave, though they forced him down to Egypt in a fearful final way. The weeping prophet's story ends beneath a foreign sun, but the fire of his message is a work that's never done.